Okay, so everybody loves fast food, right? It's fast, it's easy, it's cheap. Or at least it used to be cheap. See, there's this thing happening right now that I feel like nobody's talking about nearly enough, and it's called shrinkflation. And no, I didn't make that word up, that's a real thing. Shrinkflation is when a company secretly makes their product smaller or worse, but keeps charging you the same amount or more, and just hopes you don't notice. And the crazy part, it's working. These billion-dollar corporations are literally out here making your burger 20% smaller and charging you 30% more, and people are just out here like, yeah, okay, cool, here's my life savings. I just want my nuggets. They're basically scamming us and smiling about it, and we keep going back. So today, I went through basically every major fast food chain, and I ranked them based on two things. One, how badly they've been shrinkflating us, and two, how shamelessly they've been lying about it. Because there's a spectrum here. Some of these places are genuinely trying, and some of them are just straight up out here robbing you blind with a smile. Let's get into it. Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Listen, there was a time, a beautiful, innocent time, when Taco Bell was the undisputed home of the broke person. The dollar menu was real. You could walk in with 4 crumpled up bills, a handful of change you found in your couch, and walk out full. Those days are gone. A cheesy gordita crunch is now over $5. That used to be like 3 items. They took the dollar menu out back and they ended it, and they replaced it with the Cravings value menu, which is somehow both worse and more expensive. RIP to an icon. And then there's Wendy's. Oh, Wendy's. The audacity of Wendy's. You might have heard about the surge pricing thing, where they were considering charging you more for a burger during peak hours, like an Uber, but for a Frosty. Now they walked it back and said it was misunderstood, but the fact that the idea existed in a boardroom somewhere is enough for me to be upset about it indefinitely. And the biggie bag? Not biggie anymore. They are testing our patience, and frankly, I am running out of it. C tier, both of them. We have arrived at the F tier, the final bosses of shrinkflation. And yes, I know we're doing F tier this early. We're not going in order, just stay with me. McDonald's. Where do I even begin? The Big Mac has lost somewhere around 20% of its weight over the past decade. A hash brown, a single hash brown, a little potato rectangle is now approaching $3. $3. The McDouble used to be $1. $1. You could get a burger for $1. Now you need to take out a small loan to afford a combo meal, and the fries are half empty by the time you get them out of the bag. And the Happy Meal? They have somehow engineered the happiness out of the Happy Meal. The toy is worse, the portions are smaller, the box still has Ronald McDonald smiling on it like everything is fine and nothing is wrong. McDonald's has betrayed a generation, and I will not be forgiving them anytime soon. F tier. And finally, for this section, KFC. A bucket of chicken from KFC now costs approximately as much as a used Honda Civic. The price of their family bucket has gone up so aggressively that at some point it just stopped making sense as a value option. You used to get a bucket of chicken for a family of 4 at a reasonable price. Now you're getting half a bucket at the same price, but somehow feeling worse about all of it after. The chicken is still fine, I'll give them that, but the value is completely gone. F tier. In-N-Out gets an A, and here's why. Yes, their prices went up. Everything went up, I get it, we live in a society. But here's the thing, the burger didn't shrink. You order a double-double, you get a double-double. It looks like the picture. The meat is there, the cheese is there. The lettuce is doing what lettuce is supposed to do. And on top of that, and this is where I start to feel things I don't fully understand, In-N-Out actually pays their employees well, like genuinely. Their starting wage in a lot of states is way above minimum wage. So somehow, in the year of our Lord 2024, there exists a fast food chain that is not scamming you on portion size and is treating their workers like human beings. Insane. Genuinely insane. A tier. They've earned it. Chipotle has what I've decided to call Scoop RNG. RNG stands for Random Number Generation, which is a gaming term for when something is completely determined by luck and chance. And that is exactly what getting a Chipotle bowl is like. If the employee likes you, or if you look them in the eye at just the right moment, or if Mercury is in retrograde and the stars align, you get a mountain of rice and chicken piled so high the lid barely closes. But if something is slightly off, if you hesitate when they ask if you want guac, you get 4 beans and a prayer. There is no consistency. There is no logic. You are at the mercy of whoever is holding that spoon. And that is not okay when you're spending $14 on a bowl. D tier. Subway. The footlong was already controversial. There was a whole lawsuit about how the bread wasn't actually 12 inches. But let's set that aside. The real crime is the meat. The meat is so thin at this point, it is basically decorative. It's a suggestion of turkey. It's the idea of salami. You're essentially eating bread with colored paper inside and telling yourself it's a sandwich. D tier. Okay, so Domino's. Here's my thing with Domino's. The pizza got smaller. I'm not gonna pretend it didn't. The crust got thinner. The toppings got more sparse. You're basically ordering a Frisbee with tomato sauce at this point. But, and this is is a big but, the mix and match deal. $6.99 per item when you get 2 or more. That deal is the only reason I survived my junior year. That deal is why I'm standing here today. That deal is genuinely holding the fabric of college student society together. Is Domino's food good? No. Is it technically food? Debatable. But is it $6.99? And does it arrive at my door in 30 minutes? And does it fill the void? Yes. Yes, it does. B tier. It's survival food. I'm not proud of it, but it gets the job done. And now, the moment we've been building to, the only entry on this list that I'm going to talk about with genuine reverence and respect. Costco. Specifically, the Costco hot dog combo. A hot dog and a soda. $1.50. That is not a typo. $1.50. And here's the part that makes it actually unhinged. It has cost $1.50 since 1985. 1985, bro. Do you understand what $1.50 bought you in 1985? Like, you could probably have put a down payment on a house with $1.50 in 1985. Adjusted for inflation, that hot dog should cost something like $4.50 today. But it doesn't. It's still $1.50. They have kept this price for 40 years. There's actually a story, and this one is real, where the CEO of Costco at some point tried to raise the price of the hot dog, and the founder of Costco, Jim Sinegal, told him, and I'm paraphrasing here, that if he raised the price of the hot dog, he would literally murder him. Obviously, he didn't say that exactly, but that's essentially the energy. The point is, this hot dog is protected. It is sacred. It defies capitalism. It defies logic. It defies the entire concept of a corporation trying to squeeze every last cent out of you. The Costco hot dog combo is the only thing in this world that is immune to greed, and I respect it more than most people I've met. S tier, no debate, sit down. And that's the list. From the corporate crime scene that is McDonald's and KFC, all the way up to the untouchable $1.50 Costco hot dog. The common thread here is pretty simple. These companies are hoping you don't pay attention. They're betting that you're too hungry and too busy to notice your burger got smaller and your wallet got lighter. And for a lot of people, that's working. So pay attention, I guess. Look at your food. Remember what it used to look like. Pour one out for the dollar menu. And maybe, just maybe, go buy a Costco membership. That hot dog alone might be worth it. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell so you actually see when I post, and drop a comment down below. Let me know which fast food chain you think is scamming you the worst. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.